D5. D5. D5.
No one cares.
Okay. I care. Anyway, welcome back, everyone, to D5 Questing. My name is Reed, and there's a bunch of other people here with me.
And
some others.
Yo.
Silence.
Hi.
Today's episode is brought to you by Hype, the power to get you excited about that which you know isn't real.
Oh man, I'm feeling hyped right now.
Yeah. Get loud, everyone.
All right, so coming back in, some stuff to know. We finally finished this big battle that loomed on the horizon that seemed like we were all going to die. We ended up recognizing that Caladrel came back into the picture. The only person who is currently aware of this is Mordax. We have not, any of us actually checked on Durfee, but as the audience knows, he has ceased to exist. We have not checked anything in the room as of yet. The only thing that we know right now is that we have a dead character and we have the witch who is currently stabilized with a missing leg.
What is that?
That's supposed to be bongos.
Oh. Slam poetry.
Yes.
It shows up on the recording like...
If I'm watching the recording, it's like swag.
So, I think that gives us the gist. As of right now, Mordax is in the abandoned temple. What did you call it?
The Forgotten Chapel.
Forgotten Chapel.
That's what I've been calling it for months.
The Dusty Floor
Short
Chapel.
man.
It has been, you're right, it has been months.
Where Caladrel got the drop on a runaway. So as far as we know, no alarm has been given to our presence.
Kind of
as
fun.
As far as we know.
Wow, that's a pretty good recap of the episode. Well done.
Thank you.
Hey.
All right, so we're going to start this episode off just a skosh different. I failed to mention at the end of the last episode that they all leveled up. So congratulations, you're all level 2. Including H's new character, who will start at level 2. I think that's just fine. We'll get to that in just a minute, but I want to go around the table a little bit and just tell us the highlights, 20 or 30 seconds or less, about what's cool about second level version of you, and then we'll do H last, and then H, go ahead and tell us your background, who you are, where you hail from, maybe what side of the religion spectrum you're on, things like that. So with that, Mordax the Axe, level 2, let's hear it.
All right, level 2. Not much changes for me, other than, so my rage ability, I get on my feet, I get a second wind. So after I leave my first rage, I can go instantly into a second rage for another 10 or another
10
minute.
minutes.
Another 10 minutes. Yeah. So I'll get to have 20 rounds of rage, which is why I was able to do that big blow and didn't take a lot of hits last time. And then after that, I am fatigued for only 10 minutes though. I have to rest.
So you get 20 minutes and then 10 minutes.
No, I'll get 2 minutes. I'll get 2 minutes of rage.
Oh, 2 minutes.
20 rounds worth.
Right.
20 rounds worth, and in a battle, and then.
Can you imagine 20 minutes of rage? What kind of fight's been over for 18 minutes?
What kind of 20-round battle?
Sorry.
Right. So I'll have
the one we were just in.
Oh, look, can you do your second wind anywhere else? Or does it have to occur right
after? You enter second rage, but afterward you need to catch your breath. So
gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, then I'm fatigued, and I don't get unfatigued unless I rest for 10 minutes. It's not like a normal fatigue where you have to rest. You actually make a long rest of the day type thing to recover from that. So
Okay.
Dig it.
Yep. And that's about it. And I can also track.
Fantastic.
Pick that up in the bloodstreams. So you think just because you chased one guard down hall that it makes you an expert?
It does
Or at least
now.
trained.
It does now.
Now he's a like a bloodhound lawyer. He smells justice.
He went this way. How do you know? It smells blood.
I smell injustice.
I smell infidels.
All right, Jake, talk to us about Torvo.
No, it's cool.
What? He said he was done.
No, it's good.
I was done.
It's all agreed.
What is Torvo's last name?
Torvo Twinkle Toes.
That's right.
Here's the
I
thing.
don't forget it.
He was abducted basically as a child.
No surname.
This is a sore spot for him.
No aft
And
name.
you're trying to bring that up right now in
Right
the
now.
middle of a dungeon?
It's a good thing this is not the
Wow.
4th dimension, so we
Right.
can...
So, for Torvo, he has taken the skill feat Titan Wrestler, which allows him to get into any type of grapple situations, along with disarming, shoving, and tripping any creatures up to 2 sizes larger than himself.
Wow.
Wow.
Once he gets up to legendary in his athletics, if he does,
Which that works.
Yes.
That
Then,
works really nice for you being a goblin.
he goes 3 sizes, which I don't know. I would imagine him being able to
Take down a dragon.
take down a dragon.
Let's worry about
or a
that when it
giant,
happens.
you know. And then he gained the class feat of Stunning Fist, which allows him during a flurry of blows. A flurry of blows?
Flurry?
Flurry of blows.
Don't hit the furries.
That
we go.
he gets the chance to stun if one of them hits.
Is that a flip of a coin, or how's that one work?
No, it works against
DM's
my
discretion.
class DC.
Oh, okay. So anyways.
And so then they have to roll against it.
Okay, cool.
And I believe that's it. I mean, I got more up. That's it. You know, skills went up with proficiency.
Okay.
All right, and then Rav Rurira.
Rav has excelled. He's actually got quite a few things that changed with him
Good.
now.
Good, because he needed a win.
Yeah, he really did. So he took another order along with the druid. So he was leaf. Now he's also part storm.
Storm.
Yeah. So with that one, he is stormborn. So he does not take any penalties being outside in the elements for anything.
Dig it.
So rain, fog,
Any
thunder,
element?
storms, that type thing.
Wow.
Well, yeah, no, like flashlight type stuff. He no penalty. It's
No, I was just meaning like it doesn't matter what kind of element. Huh? We can say like even if you're in a scorching desert or
Well,
if you're in.
stormborn. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Hail.
Sorry, missed it.
Sleet.
Missed that.
There we go. So he's part of the storm order now, as well as the leaf order, and he's
So
got.
what you're saying is they could have really used his help in British Columbia last week?
Yeah.
Too soon.
Too soon. That really dates when this episode is recorded.
Yeah.
So-
I was gonna say this. No one's gonna hear this episode for.
Till summer.
Yeah.
If that.
It's all right. So other than his natural proficiency increases, which are decent, we gave him a few new, one new spell and a new cantrip that goes along with his little lechy guy. And he now gets bonus cantrip off of that. So
The old
now has-
Leche guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
Your Leshy gets to do a cantrip.
Yeah, if I focus on him, he in one of his 2 extra things, he
Uh-huh.
gets to do a bonus cantrip for me.
Dig it.
Yeah.
So you focus through him, essentially.
Yeah, and that's where the bonus cantrip comes from. But then he does one less thing that he can do. So, anyways, yeah, picked up.
Does that cost anything on your side? Like in combat, let's say that you wanted to do that. Do you have to reserve an action on your
No.
turn for that?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a bonus cantrip, as far as I can tell from the reading I did. Yeah, so I picked up Electric Arc, and my other one I get for being Stormborn is Gust of Wind for a spell. So, yeah, moving right along.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully, those bonuses will pay off big dividends coming up.
I hope so, because otherwise it was kind of useless.
All right. And now we have Durfee, McFadden's successor.
Oh, yeah. Durfee's
He's
dead.
French.
No, he's not French.
En français.
Bonjour to all our French listeners out there.
En français.
We are very grateful. Pour favor.
Le fromage.
Anyways, yeah, this new character coming into the game, he is a woodland elf. He is a champion, so he actually doesn't have a name. People usually just call him champion or scout or whatever. He
Bud.
when he was a baby, little infant. His parents had some injustices that they were trying to make amends for, and so they offered him up as an offering to the goddess Colhita. Anyway, so
One of the new gods.
yeah, so he's been raised as a champion for the goddess Colhita, and as such has a pretty awesome sword that comes along with it. Anyway,
Does he have a sword right now?
he does not have his sword right now.
Mhm.
Currently, he is stuck in this chamber, which we will discover.
Yes. Well done.
Wow.
Maybe.
I'd like to make an announcement. I just found out that I'm an expert in perception and have not been playing that the entire time.
So
17 episodes.
although Mordax is an expert in perception, Reed is not.
No. So,
What does the E mean? That's amazing. Well,
I just was looking over some stuff.
you know what? I'm just gonna play at a disadvantage.
So what's your perception at now that you?
Well, now it's 5, which is better than
So you
3.
get a plus.
Yeah. So I've been playing 2 when I should have been at 4.
So, what's your wisdom score?
It's -1 right now.
There we go.
There we go. It was like -2 at one point.
All right. So, is there anything you'd like us to know about your second level character, as far as abilities or things like that?
As far as like abilities and stuff, he really is. As a champion, he is out to do good for his deity. That's who he is.
For the
Yeah, good for his deity. Which Colhita, she's the deity of war, also justice. So good for the sake of good.
whatever justice means. That Batman justice?
That's the
Justice.
Jehoshaphat.
Anyway, he's got some pretty good ones. He has what's called Shining Oath, which means that anytime there is an undead, it must be laid to rest. Anything that is already dead, walking, should not be living.
It's a good thing we don't have a
so we can't
necromancer
have
in the group.
Undead pals?
No, so if there is an undead something, it's got to be dead.
It's a good thing we don't
My
have a
next character was
necromancer.
going to be a necromancer.
Yeah, he's also
I debated it.
Whoa, conflict.
he's got quite the athletics going on. Things that help both his companions will come in handy with them. As a champion, he is also allowed to use some magic from his deity. Anyway, so I'm sure we'll see all of that come out in gameplay.
Cool. Dig it.
Awesome.
Let's do this.
I look forward to meeting said champion or Buster.
Was your
Really, whatever people decide to call him.
Okay.
Buster
I
Barrett.
think we found the new
Let's
Durfee.
let's get into it.
All right. So finally, after
Terror.
about 2 hours of combat, you guys are combat free.
Hooray.
But in
And,
reality, I mean, in the game though, it was more like
30 seconds.
30 seconds of combat.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are no longer in combat mode, and so I think we just kind of yield the floor to those who want to speak and tell me what you guys do.
Alright.
Go ahead, Jakers.
Yeah, as Torvo approaches the unconscious, she's unconscious, right?
Yeah, she's unconscious.
Okay.
You guys stabilized her, but
Yeah.
she's unconscious, and so she's
Okay.
wounded 2 right now.
Okay. Then I check around to all the tables, and while I'm doing that, I shout over to Rab. Rab,
Help me.
you want to go over and check, see how Durfee's doing, and see where Mordax ended up, while I get this gal lined up on a bed.
Help me. Yeah, you got that. I'm gonna head out in there and check on Durfee right now.
Okay.
Some guy yelling. Help!
So I notice where the gent is yelling, and I ignore him while I get her.
You
I
flip
check
him
her out.
right off.
Well, I know he's alive, so I'm gonna look around on all the other, check every other body.
You see that the one that is closest to the door you guys initially came in,
Yeah.
they're alive, but it doesn't look good.
Okay.
There's a lot of damage to the.
Soft tissues.
There's a lot of damage to basically everywhere, but especially around the chest.
Okay.
Like you can see in ribs and stuff.
Ooh.
So, and as you look around at the other
Great.
bodies, you see similar type wounds.
Okay. But everybody else seems to be deceased.
Yeah, everybody else is. Yeah.
Okay, then I'll unchain just the nearest bed.
Okay.
Push that body off. Can I unchain it? Is there a key to the manacles? What do I got? What do I got?
You can.
Or is there an open bed?
Yeah, there's an open bed.
Do they
right-
have manacles?
There's
There's
yeah,
there's
all of
this
them
open
have
bed and
manacles.
this one here.
Okay.
So
Then I'll just drag her. That one's near the dude.
This
who's
is
talking
right
about
Yeah,
Yeah,
it.
that's
yeah.
right next to
Okay, then I'll drag her over there
it. Okay.
Let me off of this.
and snatch her up. I'll get to you in a second. All right.
Please don't.
So,
Rav would like to, since he's passing by the table with the open-chested, chained-up person there. That seems to me like that might have something to do with this whole stone thing, magic for the dragons, and I'd like to do I don't know, what would it be, medicine or occultism, or what kind of a check would I need to?
Yeah, you can do occultism.
As far as them trying to extract from living people these,
actually, yeah. If
You
people
know?
are dead on the tables, we should take a look at how far their dedification.
oh,
Reroll.
reroll.
Hero point.
Oh, the same. 8 plus. What do you want me? What's it called?
Occultism is
Oh,
intelligence.
it's 9. Nothing.
Yeah, you don't discern anything. You have a fleeting thought, but you can't necessarily connect the dots. There's just too much gore, and you're not necessarily used to seeing somebody's rib cage like that, especially while they're still alive. And so you just kind of like glaze over it and just.
Okay. Continue on
Yeah.
to.
I thought you were gonna like try and reach in and be like, poke around at their
No,
organs.
no,
It's like,
I-
where-
this is
what
just
is
a-
happening.
Yeah.
It
this
may have been
is,
like a
You know,
one.
in passing thing I see. That's not normal.
Yeah, so
you know.
there's, yeah, you can't put the dots together.
Okay. Close try.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Mordax.
what's Mordax up to?
Well, does Caladrel say anything to me at first, or is it just she just did the little smile, just the
She waves, gives a sideways peace sign, and then bolts into an open door. No, she.
And a heart appears
Yeah.
above as she winks. Wow, how very boy.
she's always the one that jumped. What the?
No, so she sees you, and I should have probably like listened to Caladriel's voice again. So I apologize ahead of time, but you're alive. I can't believe it. You're alive, and she like rushes up to like go talk to you.
Okay. Well, I hesitantly look at her and just kind of have my axe still in the ready. And I don't know what to say.
Are the others alive?
I believe so. I think everyone's alive. I don't know. I know that I saw Durfee was down, but what about you? Where have you been?
It's a long story, and maybe we get the group together and get our bearings down and make sure that there's nobody else after us, and then maybe we can talk then.
Agreed.
Take me to the rest of them. Let's. Who else is still alive?
Well,
I heard the fighting and came as quick as I could and ran into this guard on his way out.
Torval's still alive, and so is Rav.
Magic god.
Nope. Because he didn't do it. So yeah, we're good.
It was amazing. Just an accidental. I totally feel useless.
Whatever.
No more druid. That's an ex-druid right there.
No, let's just kill him right now. He's backup character.
He just hard card.
Is that how that was supposed to work?
Yeah.
In any case,
But you have to know the whole name. So.
down this way. Here, you go first. I'll cover you.
She agrees and starts walking down the hall.
She sees Rav over top of Durfee, jacking him, finding out that Durfee's no more.
That was the end of the character sheet.
Rev, are you okay? Are you hurt? Are you wounded?
No, I'm not.
And
Not
then-
wounded.
At that point, she actually sees that you're over Durfee. You kind of look up and she sees Durfee, and she has to take a step back a little bit and is like, "I never meant for any of this to happen. I'm so sorry," and kind of like crouches down and
I'm just gonna.
tries to comfort.
You're not the one that had the sword that finished off Durfee, so I can't blame you for this.
You see that she like puts a mask in her pocket farther down.
Yep. Yeah, not part of it.
Not me.
She looks down at Durfee and closes his eyes.
And I pick him up.
Yeah.
I can't say anything, man.
We're all gonna come back into the room together.
Okay.
I pick him up and bring him back into the
Can
room.
you guys
lay
put
him down.
Caldrell on your shoulders just to show that we're all friends again?
No.
Look, Torval, look who we found.
Let me off of this thing.
Yeah, so you all enter the room.
Oh, sweet.
Get me off that bed.
So this chick's still unconscious. I'm not making an effort to wake her up yet.
Did you even go
So-
over to talk to the new character here?
Nope.
Okay.
Get
No, I
me
didn't have
off
my,
of
I didn't have
here.
my time yet. So after
Right, so,
checking,
yeah, while they're out there, what do you?
okay, so after checking all the bodies, recognizing that they're pretty much dead, the one over there is close to dead, and I can't do nothing for him. It's clear.
Go ahead and make an occultism check as well.
Okay.
Unless you feel like you.
No, I'm trained in it, so
Okay, I think
probably,
I think that's fine. Very astute observation on John's part.
I got a 22.
22. Okay, so yeah, as you look at the chests of the deceased, you notice that some of them, in fact, have their hearts missing, and you sense a connection, just exactly like how John was saying. How perhaps
Are they, so then these bodies, are they petrifying, or does it look like their body parts, once they died, have they lost any lineage or anything like that? Like what would happen to somebody who possesses them?
so. On the tables, you see some that are missing an arm or a leg, and those ones you see very clear signs. But there's something peculiar about one of the bodies in particular, that the heart is gone and they're completely, like, their body's still intact, which is unusual. Especially,
Exactly.
you don't know if that has to do with them not having very much magic at all,
Right.
or what that is in part too.
Okay. Well, I don't want to take the time to. I notice it, I make note of it, but I'm not going to take the time to do a further medical investigation just to check it.
An autopsy.
Yeah. Okay, so then I recognize that, and I take a look at what is chaining this individual. All right, keep it down. Let me help you out.
Finally, thank you.
You look at the manacles and they are locked.
Okay. I check this gal's pockets.
Nice.
16.
Okay. You find a small key ring in her pockets
Okay.
with that, along with some other, stuff like chapstick, things like that that you
Sweet.
find in pockets.
Beeswax.
Loose change.
Beeswax, not chapstick.
Well,
that's
that's beeswax.
Loose change? How much?
65
I
cent.
killed her.
65 cent.
That's my kill. That's my kill. Okay.
And you also notice a healer's kit, like medical kit, in her possession.
Okay. Dibs. So then I'll just pull it. I pull it out and just set it on the back end of the table where her missing ring is.
And that's all that you find in her pockets in that
Okay.
area.
All right. Hey, before I let you out, tell me how you got here.
I was going through the woods, minding my own business. And these heathens came out and took me in.
Took you in?
Do you know how long you've
They
been
liked
here?
you?
I've been here for probably 12 hours.
Okay. What's your intention?
How did
Because
we not see him?
I'll just kill you now if you're going to cause me trouble.
Why would I cause you trouble?
Everybody else has.
As you can see, I am chained to a table. Let me off. I will do nothing to you. Just let me be.
How about we wait until my friends come back?
As you say that, your friends, all of them.
Caladrell.
Torval, you're alive, thank goodness.
Yeah.
You're the one I was most worried about.
Yeah. I was most worried about seeing you too, Caladrell.
I appreciate the sentiment, thank you.
I
feel as though
hey, what happened to that last guard?
I heard the fighting and he came around running. I heard the fighting and I started coming towards you. I figured it was you guys and I came as quickly as I could. I saw him come around the corner and I got the jump on him, as some might say, and eliminated him. So he's dead.
I saw the whole thing. It's true.
Where's Durfee?
And that's when Rav pipes up. Durfee's no more.
He's. We're not supposed to be laughing here, but.
All right.
It's cool. You
Remember,
can, you can laugh at
you
it.
slump him down on the floor.
No, I want something. I'll put him onto the table. That's the empty table right there.
As you put Durfee down, you notice that part of his body is
Already fizzling off.
yeah.
Well, we know that's done.
Um, my,
Rip that heart out, yo!
Wait, who ripped his heart out? Who?
do you do that?
Wait, when did that
Yeah,
happen?
Rav reaches over his.
How would you know to do that, though?
It's
Isn't it common?
Yeah, it's common that when somebody magical dies, then like
Okay,
The-
no, I'm
yeah.
down with that.
Okay.
I just want to make sure, like, what we're
Wait a
basing
second.
this
But-
on.
his heart is not exposed. So if you want to do that, you gotta cut in.
While he's disintegrating,
Show some
A
respect.
part of him was disintegrated.
Yeah,
Yes.
part of him.
but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying is by the time you catch up to the point where you'd probably be able to do that, you know.
They should have crystallized by now. So yes, people
Yeah,
have
so-
time to take it.
So how it works is like when the spirit leaves the body type
Right.
line of death,
Right.
and there's no coming back. Then all the magic goes back to the heart,
Uh-huh.
and as it's going back to the heart, then what it was doing throughout the body, passively starts to fail, right?
Right.
And so like how we kind of established earlier, the more magic that somebody has, the more rapid and the more complete the disintegration is.
Right.
So where Durfee wasn't extremely magic, he had a good amount of magic.
Right.
Then like it's like these other bodies where
Just a
know about
portion,
it,
portion
though.
of a limb.
yeah, it's not a ton.
Right. But this is where I'm getting at is okay. So here's something that I don't think we've ever covered.
Okay.
And so, I mean, we can take a jump here if we need, but what is the general societal / cultural gist of what people do with people when they die? Because if we're going to start stealing hearts the rest of our gameplay, I think we need to establish that as a mechanic
Okay.
or not.
It's a case by case basis.
Right. If you
Where-
recognize that somebody's strong, sure.
Right. And so like
you
if
understand what I'm getting at?
yeah, I do understand. Where
Especially
it's
if we're
like,
just going to cannibalize our companions.
is it first come first serve type thing?
Yeah.
It's a case by case thing, and it's an individual by individual thing. Where this
Sure.
hasn't happened to this extent yet in
Yeah.
your campaign.
That's
then-
why I
yeah.
want to talk about
Then
it.
Rav, we don't know how he would act in any given circumstance,
Which is fine.
right? And so like you're under the impression that the Stoneform tribe sacrifices people, takes their hearts
Yes.
to their dragon,
Yes.
and offers up that magic. Some tribes who worship dragons will designate somebody like a village elder to hold all the magic, and then annually then
Sure.
they get a new village elder and they sacrifice themselves willingly
So-
to the dragon, right? And so you'd imagine that that's kind of what's going on at Stoneform. At least that's what you thought until
Right.
you found this. New Pantheon, the partisans would have a different take on it typically.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to collect the magic to send it to dragon, they're trying to collect the magic to send it to the leader of their church, or things
Right.
like that. The
Like
top
a
of
tithe.
their order, yeah, type
Right.
thing. So, but
So
then
it
there are
would be a
also
common
people.
thing then.
There are also people that are selfish and want the magic for themselves because they understand the power that comes with it.
Sure.
So
Where I'm at, and I guess where I feel like it's about to go, which is my concern, is then as a group.
what do you do?
What do we do? Because, sure, whatever, all these little foot soldiers, they don't mean nothing. But it's clear that we understand us as a group, that we at least have more than the average people. We're starting to recognize that.
Right.
So, I'm just putting it out there, and this is metagaming from the outside now. Fourth walling is, I got to tell you from my character's perspective, if I see somebody selfishly taking something like that, it's about to go down, and that's how much infighting are we
Yeah, but
gonna
that's
do?
one out of everybody else that's lying around, right? all the
Exactly.
other
That's
cards.
that's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Is they're clearly nothing. They're just the chaff, right?
No, but it's not a. There's still a portion each one of them, right?
Not much.
No, but that's the whole point.
Not
is-
enough, because I believe that we all recognize as a cycle, something happens to the magic that returns it somewhere.
Right.
If nobody grabs it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm like taking this and like consuming it or anything. I'm just saying that it's, we're holding on. I say we.
Okay, and that's where I'm at, is
Yeah.
only because as a group, since we've never come to this as a head,
Right.
I
And
all of a
think
sudden
it's
have
just fun to
recognized-
discuss it and
I've
see
just
where
all of a
you
sudden
guys-
recognized that we probably as a group would have had a talk about it at some point.
Yeah.
Or
This
else
is
this is when the talk happens, and it's a very intense moment because we're all hurt, we're all battle worn, and we don't know if we're going to be attacked again.
This
and
is
we're
a
ripping
good-
the heart out of somebody that was a companion, and then it's now like, who gets that power, or who doesn't, or what do we do? I would imagine that we probably would have had this discussion beforehand.
Yeah,
I just
and
never
I
thought
can
about it.
get on board with that. I mean, sitting around a campfire off
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
where like this is a moral dilemma, where as far as like what is right,
And
type
that's
thing.
what
And,
I'm
like,
actually talking about.
And so that being said, you guys are welcome to have the discussion right now. I think it's important for everybody
Okay.
to be on that same page. And if you, if you want to pretend to be Durfee, we're like, if we were watching this in a movie, then like it.
And we go
Yeah.
back to when we had a conversation
Yeah.
that wasn't,
When we were hanging
Scene.
out next to the pond before we got stabbed.
or when we were hanging out before the snake attacked.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that?
Hey guys, so now we're kind of hanging out together. If one of you die, you good if I just slurp your energy?
Something that I want to like. You don't have to do it in character as far as that goes. If you want to, I think that'd be great. But mechanically
That's what I wanted to
speaking,
know, too.
mechanically speaking, in order for it to be of value on a mechanic side, then it's going to need to be somebody of a lot higher of a level.
Can you combine? Like, can we hoard?
What do you, like? So if Rav reaches in, grabs a heart, eats it, that energy, that magic becomes part of him.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to look at it as like a magic meter, then his meter would go up,
Sure.
right?
And that's exactly what I'm saying.
And so,
Is there a way to
But
divide
it's-
that?
oh, is there a way to divide it? Like cut the quarter the heart?
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's what I wanted
Yeah.
to know.
I
was, like-
think that's viable. But like I said, mechanically speaking, your characters would feel a sense of like refreshment. And I know
Sure,
that sounds
it's
like
not-
gnarly and stuff, but they
No.
would feel a sense
Well,
of
you're
like
imbued with
energy.
some type of energy.
It'd be
Right.
like
It's not enough to be
you're
like, wow,
being
I just
held
became
underneath the
better.
water and you
Yeah.
come up and that
Right.
first breath, like that's what it would feel like. That
Sure.
same equivalent of like
Well, yeah, because we're not. It's a level 1 character. That's what I'm saying. So I'm with you.
Fair
If we were to
warning.
eat a level 20 out of nowhere as a level 1, sure, you might
yeah.
gain a
and
level.
and it's like I want to make it clear, it's not a one-to-one trade-off. These are
Right.
inefficient machines, if you will.
Well, that's why I said a level 20 heart give you a level 1 character at level 2.
Fair warning, though, if you do eat Durfee's heart, you might become out more stupid.
Yeah, right. We take on personality.
So if you guys want to take a minute and discuss, what you think as a group should do. Also be aware that you don't know where said champion, Mr. Buster, you don't know where he stands on this moral dilemma.
He's manacled.
You
Whatever.
you imagine
can't see.
you know that he's I guess you haven't told the characters that you are
Yeah, what do we care?
partisan. So, but you know what I mean. So like, be aware that you are in mixed company now.
Right.
So
Well, we don't know.
right. So
And he's manacled to a table as far as we're concerned.
yeah. So
And this conversation occurred before this.
right. And I understand that. But whatever you guys do decide
Sure.
to do,
Okay.
regardless of what you decide to do, it might have other ramifications.
So the way that I would have taken it from the past would be like we all divide evenly.
Yeah.
If we ever find ourselves in a situation where we have to split power.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I agree with that.
I felt the same.
Okay.
I
Well-
felt the same. What do you think over there, Mr. Durfee, who was?
Being honest, if this conversation had happened around a campfire,
Let's
Durfee
hear
would have
the
like,
voice.
leave me the heck alone.
do it in character one more time for Durfee.
Just leave me be. Don't touch my heart.
Hey,
So
I would.
For
My
Durfee.
character, I would be like,
For Durfee.
I don't care what you want. Just do whatever you want with me. Like,
right.
okay.
I'm not magical. I know I'm not magical. Don't touch my heart.
All right. So that's what you guys would do? Okay.
Well,
and-
that's a matter of if we respected what Durfee wanted.
So yeah, we've agreed to this beforehand, but I just want to role play this out a little
That's
bit.
fair. Yeah, please do.
That as Rav does this action, yes, it surprises everyone, as obviously, the conversation went. But Rav was, how shall I say, not himself when he did this, right? Like he was drawn to do this. It wasn't just, we're going to collect it. It was, it was kind of,
Okay, so
So hold on.
Go ahead, Jake.
Please role play what you're, because you keep doing the snatch motion, but we're talking breaking rib cages or going through the bottom of the rib. Like this is gonna be a
yeah.
gruesome
Well,
act.
there's okay. So as
because I gotta tell you, at least from a perspective of what I would be doing,
no,
is I would honestly be trying to say,
you'd be a little surprised by it.
Durfee didn't want this. What are you doing? And I probably would have tried to restrain you.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And that's fine.
But-
I mean, and I'm okay to role play this. And we
Yeah,
can-
but I'm going to say right now that even though that's what Durfee said, that's kind of blindside hindsight now. Rav is going to as soon as Durfee hits the table, he just feels compelled. So
Okay.
he picks up whatever they were using in the room as a medical instrument, whatever, to cut open, and he's going to reach in and he's going to
Okay.
pull out the heart,
So in the process of that,
the crystallized heart. Yeah.
okay. So in the process,
Is your intent?
then I'm gonna yell out from where I am. And
Okay.
And that's as far as what
All
I'm doing
right,
this
I know.
grabbing.
Everybody make a perception check.
okay.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew that I was still here.
25.
20.
20?
25.
25.
A natural 1. So 6.
Okay.
Better than the 4.
So Torvo, Rav, and Champion all feel something.
Okay.
And when I say feel, it's not like something you've ever experienced before.
Is it unsettling?
It's slightly unsettling. You feel almost a chill through your body.
Like negative.
Yeah. Okay?
Okay. In the presence of what?
Just as you're talking, as this is happening, as he's reaching for the scalpel
Okay.
and like trying to,
Okay.
and you're like, hold up just a second. As
Okay.
that's happening, then you feel this just almost makes your spine tingle a
Okay.
little bit.
Then that's what I yell. I go, Rav, what are you doing?
And in that instant, Rav is snapped out. He's just a little stunned and looks over at Torvo and just,
Durfee wouldn't want this.
you're right. He wouldn't want this. I don't know, but we can't just leave this here either now.
Yeah, well, what was going on?
I don't know. I just, for some reason, I saw him there and just felt compelled, this, urge.
I feel like we need to get out of here, guys. Please let me off the table. There's something going on. I've watched another
Listen,
heart
you.
be taken out of someone's body, and it is not
Shut up.
good.
All right. So,
Who the F are you?
Let me off the table.
I told him we'd wait until we all got around to figuring out what to do with him.
Something is not right here.
Hey.
We need to leave.
Where's all the bodies? Because we know right here is defensible as any place. And I feel like we should at least get as many bodies in here as we can.
They're still in the highway.
I agree. We should bring them all back in here. And
I'll help you
I think
get
we
me
should
off
bar
the table.
door.
Let's just. I don't know. He seems like a nice enough man. He is chained. I mean, I don't think that he's gonna try and
Listen,
hurt us.
I am on this table. They don't like me here, which means I am on your side. Get me off the table.
Intimidating him.
Oh my gosh.
Roll intimidate.
I'm not trying to intimidate
All
you.
right.
whoever wants to take him off the table, go ahead.
Roll a
I'm
deception
gonna,
check for
We're gonna
one
get you
tier.
off. And you better help out. And if you seem to be going cross on this, better luck to you. And if you betray us, I'm probably gonna put you down.
I go to start moving bodies from the hallway.
Rav starts helping.
So I approach.
I'm taking
into
2 at a
you.
time.
Try the keys on the
I'm
manacles.
dragging
Did it
one
work?
hit.
So Rav and
Mordox.
Mordax and Caladrel start hauling in bodies as
Okay.
best they can. Bodies, weapons, materials.
There's a few free tables, so we're gonna put them on the table.
Okay.
And then one of the keys does in fact work on the manacles.
Okay.
And so you were able to release.
Thank you.
How many's on this set?
You'd imagine that there's probably a key for each specific table.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
you
how
think-
it seems. So they all kind of are a similar cut.
Yeah,
Okay.
like they're all
Or just one skeleton people.
they're all from the same brand of lockmaker.
Oh, good.
You know, but you can tell that
Right.
For lack of a
they're
better
definitely
term.
not door keys. They're manacle keys.
yeah, for lack of a better term, there's a padlock on each limb,
Okay.
and there's one key for the 4 locks. And you count up the tables, you count up the keys, and you find that
They
it's the
match.
same. And there is also one other key.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. And then I want to search while they're dragging those guys in. I want to search this middle, like everything in the room. I want to take a little bit of time to search
You let me
and
out.
stuff. Yeah, I did. I unlocked them.
Okay. Noticing that witch is laying next to me,
Yeah.
I break her jaw.
We need to talk to her.
All right.
That's fine.
That's
you guys,
right. Is that
No, she can't.
so? Wait, is that what happened the moment you got like
One
unlock?
arm or completely unlocked.
As soon as I'm unlocked and I notice that she's next to me, I break her jaw.
Okay, I'm going to grapple.
Okay. All right. So first things first,
We're hauling bodies. We're-
roll a dex saving throw
To see if I can.
to see if you can stop.
Because I
that.
would have, if I would have seen that, I would have tried to
Yeah.
avoid it.
And then it's also important. So I'd imagine that. Did it happen when you got one fist open, or like when you're completely
When
unlocked?
I'm off the table.
Okay, so you're completely unlocked at this
So
point.
I'm unlocked.
So
and
you
I-
swing off, see her,
yeah.
and then you're just like,
All right.
Well, I'm not punching. I'm ripping.
oh, Jack, Jack.
What the snap?
You want tongues lolling out and stuff? Okay.
Are we sure that this is the new guy, or are you still playing Durfee? Just
Oh no, that's,
Her
this is
All
what I
right,
know.
all right, so that's not a problem.
So go ahead and make an attack, and we'll
17.
see if your reflex is higher than
Okay.
his attack. roll.
17 on mine.
And it's an unarmed strike.
Am I adding anything to this or?
And your strength.
Yeah,
Strength.
strength, and then are you trained at unarmed?
Yeah.
Okay, so then
21.
it'd be your proficiency. Okay, so you
Oh,
do
wait.
it,
No, that's more than my proficiency.
but it's more than the 17.
yeah, it's 25.
Okay, so yeah, you successfully do it. You don't make it in time. Roll 1d4 for damage. Is it 1d4 for?
Yeah.
just the-
Yeah, for
1d4 plus strength.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just gonna.
5.
Okay.
5 plus your strength.
All right.
No,
sorry,
altogether.
Saul's going.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think there's a need to get into initiative like this,
No.
but all right. So
You
you
beat me to
You're
it.
ripping jaw.
So he's making
Right.
a new character.
Okay, how bad?
How much damage did you
5.
do? She'll be lucky to talk when you wake her up.
Is her jaw broken? Did
Yeah.
we carry any flesh?
We'll say her jaw's broken, and then like Joker level
Jeez.
back a little bit.
Fudge.
Okay,
So she's back into.
she's dying again,
You'll never hurt another person, witch.
and
So
it is
now we go into grapple. I jump on him and put him into a grapple.
okay.
I'm gonna submit. I'm not gonna defend.
All right, okay, that's fine.
Okay, so then I can get you into full grapple on the ground. Where? Oh my god.
Do you guys do anything when you come back in carrying bodies?
Perception check.
Boys will be boys.
So I say, what'd you do that for? We needed answers.
All she would do is hurt you with her words. She uses magic through her mouth. She has no ability with her hands or anything. She would have killed you.
What do you know?
Plenty. I've been in this room for a long time.
You said 12.
You said 12 hours.
Yes, and every living moment of it was torture.
It's 12 more hours than what we've been in here.
How much were you able to see? Would you be able to give me more information than she would have?
I can tell you supplies come from that room.
I'm pointing towards the big door.
Yes.
Now he's off the table.
Sorry. I motioned then with my head because I forgot I'm grappled.
Can we see this grapple in real life? Can you guys act this out?
Somebody get a video.
We have no webcam. Anyway, I motion. I know supplies and people come through this door. I know that water comes through that door. And I know that they store things through that door.
So at that, while he's saying that, I let go of him.
This is
And he's like,
Did she ever say anything of what? Because clearly we're not getting anything out of her now. Did they mention any reason what they're doing? Did you
All I
notice
know
what
is that they were experimenting on these people. Every time one would die, they rip out a heart and people disappear.
all right. So yeah, I let him go. Fine,
Okay.
you know, especially since he wasn't fighting back to me. So it was like,
All right, look, let's figure this out then.
so
What the blazes is going on over here? He ripped her freaking jaw off! Holy...
All right, so
look,
you,
what's
so
she
you
at,
get,
Batman?
right,
What-
like
what-
she's dying.
you get off the grapple,
Yeah.
and what do you do?
And since she's just sitting there gurgling,
Yeah.
right? I crush her. Like I just crush her neck.
Okay. Finish it.
Yeah.
Good call.
Okay, so I guess roll damage because there's no coup de grace. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Well, I got a 19 on my attack, so.
Yeah, she ends up drowning. Like that. The reason why I wanted to know is because like while you guys were grappling, I rolled another one, and so she's dying 3. So it's like if you're gonna save her, now's the time to do it.
Right.
So as you get up to finish the job, then you see her give her last breath as she drowns in her own blood.
Okay. Then, while we're at it in that method, right? Then I watch her body as it dies.
Interesting. Okay. Roll perception.
To all of us? No, it's not all
Yeah,
of
we
us.
come back in the room too.
We're
so-
still dragging
That's
bodies.
20.
Okay, so you see her body start to disintegrate, very similar to how Durfee's did, but more rapidly
Okay.
and to a more extreme. I mean, what was left of her mangled body starts to disintegrate a little bit more, so it looks very similar to what
Okay.
has been happening. Everybody make a perception check.
16.
17.
16.
Okay. And so the other thing that you notice, because like you went over and you've been watching her,
Yeah.
is you feel that same tingle.
Negative
Yeah.
feeling.
Yep.
Okay. Does it feel like is it all around, or does it feel like even while she's dying, I can feel her presence going somewhere? Or like what?
I'm trying to find the words.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it all around, and then it fleets for a minute. Like it's a fleeting
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
So
That's why I just want
but
to
you,
try.
yeah, you can't connect the dots as to like what exactly is happening.
Okay.
You just
Oh, okay.
you know something is wrong.
Have
Something's off.
we gotten all the bodies in by now?
Yes, all
Okay.
the bodies are in.
Then I relate to everybody everything that I noticed from here, from what I saw about the body near the door as it was dying, from what just happened to her, and what I felt.
Okay.
I relate that to everybody.
Okay.
I look at Caladrell and say,
Have you ever seen this before?
I haven't. I was just gonna lean over to you and say, should I tell my story now? No.
Story time!
No.
Huddle up! Caladrell!
Ladies and gentlemen, Caldo. No. Miss Softly. Single spotlight.
"Oh, can I see if her legs is it healed?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell that she's walking with a little bit of a limp. It's not completely healed, but it's in better shape than what it was. And she is not in the sacrificial robes that you last saw her in.
Cool.
What's she in?
Her armor and stuff. When you first
leathers?
when you first met her,
Okay.
whatever she was wearing then.
Okay.
So I know Rav picked up her clothes, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about these sparkles. That was a long time ago.
That's not
By the pond.
Yeah.
That was me.
So,
that was
Let's-
Durfee.
Suffice it to say that
So-
she's in her clothes.
yeah, 'cause
So
that's what I would have done. If she's not going to start a story, I was going to press her of like,
Plus
What
one
the frick?
plate mail that is shining, glimmering.
Very hard to go unnoticed, especially by hobgoblins.
So she, no, you ask her if she's ever seen anything like this. So she goes, I haven't seen anything. I knew something was up, but I didn't know what was going on. Did you guys feel that? When I felt it a little bit when Durfee, when you guys were discussing over his body, and then when I felt just something off. Did you guys feel that? I've never felt anything like it before.
When you lived here, that never happened?
I've never felt that before.
Interesting.
I've never been down here before either. This is the first time that I've been down.
Did you know of this woman?
I knew something was going on down here.
Have you met any of these guards? Have you met any of these people before?
I recognize the guards. I've never met her, and everybody. There are rumors of a place underneath the caverns, and I didn't think that this unholy and evil practice was going on down here. I know this because I had a sister, and you can tell that she's going to start into her story.
But before she starts into
yeah.
her story, Rav, what were you doing with Durfee's heart? Like, would you do the same thing here with her?
Okay, I got a question before we continue on here.
Freeze frame.
Yeah, basically, so this all out of character. We've been alive before? We've been around and other people have died, I would assume.
Correct.
Right? Like elderly.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I-
That's why I want to know societally
Yeah.
speaking.
Has we ever felt this feeling
No.
around that before?
No.
Okay.
Very, very unnatural.
Okay.
And that's what, yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay.
I have my thoughts that this is kind of a negative playing thing over top
Well,
of
that's why I
sucking the
keep
positive
asking.
out.
Yeah.
And that's where, Rav was quite curious about all this himself as.
Well, I mean, even as though I shared what I saw,
Yeah.
my occult knowledge
Yeah.
and what I witnessed with his body. I mean, I've already shared that with the group of what my thoughts are.
Mr. Iron Oak, please answer the question.
What's that now? Okay, so back. Okay. Well, no, then I just answered all that.
Yeah. I
Before,
mean, I think he's
like,
probably just
I
reconfirming
like-
exactly
Oh, that's
what
right.
I was
Rav was
assuming.
in a trance, like he
Oh.
was.
Well, I'm asking you, can you do it to her too?
Are you
Are
in
you
that? Are you
feeling-
feeling that same?
Yeah, no. As soon as, and I'll do this again. As soon as not so much with her, like it wasn't such a powerful draw. I wasn't that close, but it is that the urge,
to take the heart.
the feeling, yeah, for whatever reason, it starts overcoming me again as soon as that decomposition or that decay starts happening. That body part starts disappearing. It's building again. That the urge. I want to say urge is
Sure.
closest feeling,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
To go over there and retrieve the crystal again.
Okay. So,
This
and
time-
you snapped out of it, though, yeah.
Yeah, and that's just it. Whenever someone interrupts Rav doing this, like what Torbo did the first time, and now what Mordax has done this time, it just
Right.
pulls me back out of it, and
Okay.
oh yeah.
So let's hit it.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, but yeah, because I will say this, it was stronger magic. The pull was getting more intense.
Right. Okay.
So
One moment, Caladrell. Please. How much blood was in the hallways?
Unfortunately, when I dispatched that last guard, there was a fair amount. And like you look over to the guard that she killed, and like his throat's cut.
guys, I think we should go and extinguish the torches then, if that's the case.
That's what I think. As much as we can cover up what's happened here, I know it's only going to buy us time, but I'd rather we have time than it be obvious of what's happened.
Okay.
I'm going over to the door where I have seen them taking my things.
Okay. As you go to roll a perception check. Where are you going?
That's exactly what I was about to do.
16. As you approach that door, you notice a stench getting stronger and stronger.
Like it did.
Like a, like rotting flesh, decaying flesh.
That one stench that we had before.
From the room.
From the
Emanating
room that
from
we
the
didn't
room?
want to go to.
Yeah, from the other side
From
of
the
door.
room that he's watched people take equipment to.
Yep.
That's cool. I'm opening the door.
You open the
Hey,
door.
wait a second!
You
Rav's going to go and put out those torches in
Okay.
the old chapel or the.
okay? Let's go to our
herding
champion
cats,
for a
man.
minute. I know. Well, we're working. We're doing all right. Roll a fortitude saving throw, good sir.
Wow.
9.
You have to take a second and compose yourself from a almost certain bout of nausea.
Cool.
Okay. So you try to go in, and the stench is just so powerful and hits you like you can almost feel the decay hitting you like a wave as you open up the door. Yeah, not good. Okay.
Flies
You going-
fly out.
No flies.
Oh, okay.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
That would say a lot of things.
Flesh flies.
I have enough medicine check to know.
I don't know if there would be flies. Are there flies in caves?
That's why I said that would be interesting. Because there's a chance of it that the maggots were introduced in some other way, but that's how it would have to be introduced. Is somebody would have had to introduce them for how deep we are. And so if you would have said flies, I know that you're not thinking this
Not
deep,
thinking that at all. Not important to the
no,
story.
but I would have thought that deep, and then I would have put you in a conundrum.
Wait, well, hold on.
Yeah. Well, because Champ did say that they were taking stuff in there. It could
Right.
even come in with the goods.
And
or
that's what I
clothes or-
said. I'm okay with that. But it would
Either
have
way,
led
alright.
to other things.
What
Okay.
what do we find in there? What's going on?
In that door?
Yeah, I mean, you just open the door.
Do you have dark vision?
He's in. Oh
I
yeah,
have
you have
yeah,
low
low
light.
light.
Okay. With your low light vision, you see that the path. Where are my papers? The path goes on straight in front of you for about 25 feet and then just drops straight off. So it's a 5-foot wide hall that is suddenly drops off. Does anybody else go and investigate that door?
Well, yeah. I mean, I chased after him
Okay.
because he's
and I
just
was-
wandering off.
Yeah, and Mordax was going to do the same, like going to go walk.
Yeah, when
Follow
Rav comes
him.
back, if everyone's more or less gone into that room.
What's Caladriel doing?
She's just hanging out doing whatever you guys tell her to do. Alright, so this.
Gonna take another set of
Wait
snap
for the
here.
mic for a minute. So this is what you guys open up the door to. That way. Okay? And those that have been on the other side, mainly Torvo, this is where you were before. You recognize this side over here as the spot you got to, and you remember how you looked and you saw a light underneath the door? This is that door.
Okay.
Okay? So that's where you guys are.
I figured as much, but.
And those X's
Do
took.
you want me to use like a? Do you want me to use like a survival tool to tell if I can recognize that that's where it is?
Well,
Or is it obvious?
those X's took forever, by the way. I got like 4 rows in. I was like, well, I'm committed now. Those X's, when you load up the picture, those X's are where this pit is. You guys don't know how deep it is, but you'd imagine that's where the smell's coming from. Before you check, before you check anything, make a Constitution, a Fortitude saving throw.
Okay.
Everyone?
If you go to look at the door, then yeah.
Alright, well.
15.
Okay.
23.
9.
Not what'd you get?
9.
Okay, so same thing where you just are like, you almost have to like step away from the door for a little bit. But the other two, especially Mordax the Axe, just walk in and you're like, you guys,
Look around.
I don't understand. Okay.
Gobos are
Okay.
gross.
Don't you know that we have iron stomachs and
You guys
whatnot?
high-five each other.
we eat some of the
Nice.
weirdest
We
stuff.
see
have dark vision?
weak-willed other
Okay,
races.
so you don't need light.
No, I don't need the light. But I mean, you could still cast your.
Well, that's what I was gonna do.
I
I
need
wanted to
light.
actually, I wanted to look down, and so I can send them to 120 feet down. So.
So roll a survival check,
Okay. Two.
Torvald,
For what?
to see if you can connect the dots.
22.
Yeah. So you very know that you're on the other side of that chasm,
Okay.
of that big giant pit.
Right. Okay.
You know, you 100% that at one point, mere minutes ago, but what seems like months, you were on the other side.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, then are we all gathered in together right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I relate what I saw.
Okay.
Hey, this looks like the path that I was previously looking at before we came in here.
Real quick, I know at some point during the break you said that you wanted to fortify the doors. As
Yeah.
a brief reminder, that has not been done.
Right. Okay.
So, you can continue relaying the information. I just wanted
Okay.
to remind you.
And then there's nothing. Well, I mean, unless somebody's gonna look down the pit, I want to back in. I check on that too.
Do you? So
let's
you go.
fortify those doors.
Do you go in and look in the pit, or do you just stand at the doorway and look?
I'm gonna look in the pit when Raph goes in there because I need to find my equipment.
All right.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Rav's
did we
gonna
get
cast.
Did we get those torches extinguished?
Yeah, Rav went and took care of them.
All right, let's shut these doors then.
So
Rav's
I-
talking in third
I go
person
out.
again.
then I go out and check on all that crap thing.
Okay,
And
alright.
make sure
Want me
these
to-
other doors,
to
if
respond
they're
to
able
his
to get
question?
secure, is this area have a door?
It does, but it's a sliding door. It's closed and there's no lock.
And you said that all these tables are secured. I can't shove one in there.
Correct.
So I throw some bodies over
Throw
there.
some bodies. Okay, so while you're doing that, let's go back in by the pit. Do you seal that door while they're still in there?
Yeah, while they're doing that, I
Suckers.
start setting this up.
Do you seal the door that they're in?
No, he's asking if you block us in there.
No. Eat it. Well, it's clear that it's. I mean that.
Right, there's
There's no way nobody's jumping that.
I jest.
I know.
So
Speak for
Um,
yourself.
So you guys look down and you have low light. You cannot see in the dark.
No, and that's why I said I'm casting dancing lights.
Okay.
So I have 4 lights, remember 120 feet, they can go out for me.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep one up by me, but send the other 3 down as far as they can go.
That one up by you is going to go out.
What's that?
The one out by you will go out because they have to stay within
They
10
have to stay within 120 feet of me.
of you, but they have to stay within a certain distance of each other too.
120 feet.
Of each
Not
other?
not of each other.
Isn't it? What is it?
Well, you can move it around, right?
I can move. Yeah, I can.
You can move it
constantly
around.
run it.
Yeah. So until we figure it out, we'll just say that you move it around sufficiently that you can see what's
Yeah, it's
going
just a
on
matter
and
of
then
seeing
send it
down
out.
there is what it is.
So, and I imagine it like essentially like a bright torch, and so it illuminates in a 360 degree field.
Yeah, I think
it,
40
it,
feet
it
it
illuminates in a
has-
sphere.
Yeah.
Which would
Yeah.
grant low light vision.
No
for-
two of which are
camp.
more than 10 feet apart.
There's no 10 feet apart. Okay.
Perfect.
Does
So you'd
it
have
say
to
what
send
they
all of
cast
them.
light? How far?
Yeah, it says range 120 feet.
No. Yeah, but how far they cast light?
Well, you should be able to see it
Oh,
anyway.
60 feet.
If you were to send them down, you should still be able to see
Yeah, so
60
120
feet,
feet
around.
down plus another 60 feet.
So you should be
I don't know
able
if
to
that's
see
going
it.
to be sufficient.
All right, so you look down, and the pit. You stick your thumb out and do the whole thing.
Mhm.
You gather the pit is about 100 feet deep,
Okay.
and it is filled. And when I say filled, it's filled up to 100 feet, and so
There's
bodies
still
100 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But up to as far as you can see, it's filled with decaying bodies. Go ahead and also make a survival check.
Survival. Okay.
Yeah, a nice survival.
So it's 24.
Okay. The other thing that you know, and make one more perception check.
One more perception
One more
check.
perception check.
Okay.
Has anybody looked to
so
see
that's
if
gonna
the
be
equipment's in
20.
there?
That's what they're looking
28.
for, I know.
28. Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check as well.
Oh, nice. Nat 20. That's 26.
Sweet. Okay, so you both see and recognize at the bottom there are 2 oozes at the bottom. 2 sewer oozes that you'd imagine are down there to assist in the decay of the bodies and assist with that breakdown process.
Yeah.
But as you look down, you also see that anything that cannot be broken down by oozes are still down there. And so you would imagine that your sword is down there, you see a glint of it, and you just see like other little things. There's not a whole ton of shiny down there, almost as though it gets cleaned out semi-regularly to go and like collect whatever. Okay?
How is this? Is this like straight wall or is
Straight
this
wall, not climbable.
not climbable?
No, they made it very secure as to make sure that anything that is down there cannot come up.
But
Without
there's
it.
So-
somehow getting in there to clean it. Can
Yeah,
we see a
clean it,
door or
clean it,
anything?
Good. That's
Is
all
there
it
what?
Can we see a door or anything down there?
You don't see any doors down there, but across the way, you do see one spot. Remember I said it was dusty down that way? Not as dusty as the Forgotten Chapel, but as you look across the way, you see 2 sets of footprints of people that looked like they were running, but you also see a trail that leads up to the edge of the pit that doesn't have quite as much dust. So you'd imagine that however they're getting down there, that's the point that they are getting,
So it's all the way on the other side.
But on the other
but
side.
on the other side.
I could toss somebody.
Or we could just walk
It's only
around.
30. It's only 30 feet.
No, let him toss. Let him toss.
I need to
Toss
get down.
himself.
I need to get down there.
Okay, well, let's go back and tell the
Yeah.
companions all this. And
Who are you?
So,
Champion.
Let's real quick. Let's check in for a minute. Torvo, you are going through and securing the doors, throwing bodies in front of the one that's a slider, doing your best to secure this area that you're in.
Yeah.
Mordax the axe is kind of assisting with that.
Using my lore of war.
No, I'm with the. I went into the
that's
room
right.
there.
Okay, so you're looking down. So Mordax the axe.
At that point, then I would have just passively told Caladriel to be helping me.
Okay, yeah, and Caladriel right now, until something happens, is just kind of actively being as helpful as you can.
Until something happens.
And that's exactly what I would have just told her. is
Eager
just be
eager to
make yourself useful,
Yeah.
Caladriel. Come help me.
So-
basically.
So will Champ get his stuff back? Will we figure out what that chill, unnatural feeling is? Will Rav,
We keep playing for another hour. Oh wait.
will Rav reach in and steal heart? All this and more.
And
Will he find
and who
that
the
heart he
heck
wants?
who the heck is this guy that was on the table? We'll find that out
We'll see you next week.
on
1, 2, 3.
Forget.
Hey folks, this is Mordax the Axe. Here at D5 Questing, we like to have a good laugh as much as anyone else. But there comes a time when the laughter must stop, and that's usually when someone dies. Recently, a treasured member of our party passed away. His name was Durfee McFadden.
He meant so much to all of us. He made us laugh, made us cry. I can't believe he's really gone.
We'd like for everyone to share their favorite Durfee McFadden memory if they're not too sad.
Oh, I remember the first time I met Durfee, and it was strange. I couldn't place where he came from. And the dude was always about stones. I don't get it. I liked it, but I don't get it.
Yes, many of you may not know me. For those of you that don't, my name is Caladriel. I'm sorry, we shared a special bond. There was one time when we were just first getting to know each other, and I know he did this in jest, but I had a broken ankle, and I was starting to walk towards my village, and I wasn't walking fast enough for him, so he kind of gave me a nudge, and his foot slipped and landed on my ankle, and we had a good laugh about it. When I heard that he was making his death saving throws, I did my best to hurry, and I just wasn't there in time to say goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I can't say anymore. Richard here. I can't believe that you're all still going on about this. My family's still turned to stone, so if you could hurry up and get back. Still in jail. Bye.
Still in jail.
Call me when you get this.
That's your one phone call?
Well, I'd just like to say that as far as Durfee, he was quick with his foot, and he was vertical when he was standing and horizontal when he lay down.
And so, we dedicate this episode to the memory of Durfee McFadden. Good night, sweet prince, and a flight of angels sing thee to thy rest. May it be 3 days in heaven before the devil knows you're there.
There you go. That's
Thank you.
D5